I'm Tristram Hooley. I'm professor at the Inland Norway University of Applied Sciences, and I'm really interested in career and career guidance, but I'm also very interested in the future. So I've been asked to talk today about how I would like the world to look in 15 years. Now, the problem is I'm not able to predict the future, so what I can really tell you is how I would like things to change, what I would like things to be different in the future. When we're talking about the future, we're often really talking about the present and what we would like to change, aren't we? So I would like to live in a world that's fairer. I would like to live in a world that's more just. I would like to live in a world that's much more equal in the future. And in terms of career, I'd like to live in a world where people have real and genuine choices about their life, where they can determine how they spend their time, the kind of work they do, and where they can expect a decent quality of living for doing that work. I'd also like to live in a world where we've managed to address the dangers of climate change. I'd like to live in a world in 15 years' time where we feel we're on a really strong path towards managing climate change and reducing the sort of threats of global warming. And all of these challenges that I'm talking about, all of this future that I'd like to see, is something that can be helped by technologies. And we've got lots of really exciting new technologies around at the moment. So lots of digital technologies and also various and growing forms of automation and artificial intelligence that I think really offer us the opportunity to solve some of these societal challenges. So wouldn't it be nice if when people hear about automation, they were able to think that it would free their time up, it would give them more time to spend doing what they want. Perhaps they might move to working a 4-day working week or even less, rather than, as at the moment, when people hear about automation, they fear for the loss of their job and so on. And really those decisions remind us why technology is not enough, and that the future that we're moving into has to be defined by political, economic and social change as well as by technological change. Technologies are powerful, they can shift our world, but they can't determine in what direction. So we have to decide that through the political, economic and social process. Well, this is all a lot of big ideas. So what is it that career guidance and careers education can play when we start to think about this future? How can it contribute to these futures that I'm talking about? Well, I think it can make quite a big contribution, because career guidance and careers education is somewhere where we ask people to think about their future. And at the moment, we often ask people to think about their future in terms of their own life. What do they want? Do they want a better job? What course do they want to study? And so on. But really, those kinds of bits of thinking about the future aren't really very meaningful if we don't also think about the big picture. If we can't also think about how the world is changing, if we can't also think about how whether we're, for example, moving into a society where we'd all have much more precarious forms of work, where people can't rely on a paycheck at the end of the week. If we're moving into that world, then our own career aspirations are going to have to be changed. On the other hand, if we're moving into the world of automation and the 4-day week and increased equality, then our career aspirations are going to change again. So what I'm arguing is that when we're thinking about the future, and that is what we do in careers education and career guidance, when we're thinking about the future, we need to encourage people to think both about their life and about their family and about their community and about their society. And when we're encouraging people to build strategies that can take them forward, we need to get them to think about themselves, but also their family, their community and society. And so career education then becomes a process of thinking about the relationship between the individual and society, and how we're all going to move together, how we're all going to move forward together. And so I think that's where it becomes really powerful when we start to think about what kind of future we want to live in. Because if we're asking people to imagine their future, as we do regularly in career guidance, we also need to ask people to imagine the future world that they want to live in. And I've told you what my future world looks like, and it's really important that you think about what you want your future world to look like, and you talk to your students and clients about what they want their future world to look like, and then you together develop strategies to bring that about. Thank you.